play other games, of course, but he knows he wants one of these big 9-ball titles.
I think, considering his cue action, for me sometimes he underperforms. At his best.
Talked to Billy and he says he really missed not playing there for a few months. He's gotten a little thin here, so.
And the 4-9 there, left it in the jaws, and from there, Thorpe equalised.
Yeah, and Chris's defense, you know, he likes that shot. Looking at it, oh, cue ball's going to get lost here. Ball in hand for Chris, and
controversy in his career, but he's a very colourful character.
Fighter on the pool table. It actually starts before the match. Oh my. And this is where, when you have a miss like that, you know, you have a miss like that in the opening match against someone you're a huge favorite, you can really set it aside a little easier. But if Billy happens to tax him a bit here.
Previous rack, but the tariff on the 2-ball was much higher than the ball he just missed.
Yeah, and he played another drag stroke on that ball. Now he's going to have to take a bit of a shot on the 9. Didn't get that great here. Ooh, he took a chance on a miss there, trying to really get better on the 9. That's more of what he's looking for on the cue ball. Got a bad kiss there. It looked like the 2 was going to open up, but so he's going to move the 5. He doesn't want it to be so easy to play the cue ball. Well, he's going to try and tie it up even more.
In the half of the draw we've got on today, they've now been played. So it's either the loser's side matches or winner round 1 going on.
This one, I know that seems like the play, but I come across it and try and bring the cue ball down near the 8. Oh, he's missed it. How often we see that kick missed, and he's going to open the 5 up.
The UCS worst case scenario.
Yeah, and the players, again now, Billy hasn't been on the slick table in a while, but the players seem to forget, or it takes them a few of those kicks to realize the second rail just doesn't grab that English. So you have to make the adjustment with your aim.
Just joining the dots.
Got to pay attention a little bit, though, because the 8 didn't pass the 9, so he couldn't handle a ton of angle on the 7. That's why he went and looked. Made sure trying to stay pretty heavy. Okay, roll out to the end rail here. I don't think Chris will pass this to where you can kind of move the 1 towards the 6. Wow, I can't believe he's really passing this. Looks like just a nice heavy hit here, and just kind of float the cue ball forward. Like I said, the 8's a big ball. Oh, he rubbed the 5. Huge mistake there. Looks like Greg Hogue and Pia Filler are about to kick it off. Greg Hogue, a guy that does have some Mosconi Cup points, did actually win a ranking event here in the U.S. at the Sandcastle just months ago.
He frustrates me immensely, Chris Melling, because you watch him play, as smooth as silk. He delivers it with such authority.
And I was looking at it earlier. It actually looks better to me, and I'll say that because I don't see that huge pause in the back. There is a slight pause in the back, but I like it to when the players don't have I don't know if it's a conscious one or not, but I would have to guess so. And catching the point actually didn't hurt him. That way he can attack on the cue ball. He can make up for whatever so-so angle he has here. Delgado now in action, it looks like, against Hahn, or at least soon. Delgado, who made some noise at the European Open, semifinalist. I like him going for this. He played it thick. He played it thick, trying to get the cue ball, I think, actually behind the 6-7 more, but
Nigel Bond as well. You know, he's...
There's a nice shot. Billy, the ultimate fighter, if you could call one in the pool world. Hit that ball cleanly, got the cue ball across off a small angle. Now he's got to try and manage to get down on this 3-7 combo. Yeah, he got into it. He's not going to like this, and the short cue should be coming out. Watch out for the scratch in the upper left. Oh, he's hitting it super soft. Okay, trying to really contain. Nice shot. Didn't realize that was available, and a nice effort there from Billy. Now, is the spin going to take enough here? Hard to get it to take enough. Oh, wow. Chris, always crafty, isn't he?
Crafty Chris, that could be his new nickname. He's known as the magician at the moment.
Okay, a little subtle swerve, maybe a real first. Gets the cue ball up above the 9 for the safety. Oh, he didn't get at it. You know, I think both these guys also, that happens in matches like this early, where you know it's such an important match to keep the momentum going, you know, get yourself with a day off tomorrow to try and qualify on Wednesday. He's drawing this between the 6-7, it looks like. Yeah, back out. Anytime it's tight, you want to try and get as close to it as you can. And the thing is, when a ball's tight, you give it a good look, but then you just trust what you're seeing when you get down on the ball. It's not really, I don't think we're good enough to really measure. You just got to, like I said, trust what you're looking at. And now for a 2-game lead, our first 2-game lead. But the problem is, there a real future for the kiss shot. Can he get the one, maybe a playable shot in the side? No, he could get it in easily, but now he may play the cross side bank with the 7 as cover and hold position. He's just going to lay him up on the 2, and nothing wrong with that because it's so much guarantee. And Billy has had a little bit of trouble when he's had to go at a snooker. But it is another one when you're attacking this way, another one you could miss. He hit it just a little underneath. He's going to have to get lucky not to give up a shot. And that may have happened. Trying to play the 1 up the table near the 2. But I say keep it simple myself. Yeah, just try and get the speed right to get him behind the 7. Now, Chris is always looking for the perfect kick. And I understand that, you know, what would be ideal. I kick and I hit it just right and I run the ball. I think sometimes you got to look at, you know, the 2's on the top rail here. You know, I'd like to just, even if I let him see the 1, make it very difficult. At least he's got to come with a shot, basically. So I like what he's looking at here, just rolling this ball. He's trying to play the 1 to the bottom rail and put the 1 behind the 6, maybe. That's the bonus, but at least keep him off the offensive shot. Just, oh, he hit it with a little more speed, but we're going to get to maybe see that banking Billy here in a second. That he's not hitting with a lot of speed. It can almost calm him down at times when he gets to play a nice subtle bank, little control. May kind of bleed on to other shots, believe it or not. Made the corner ball. He missed the 1. Elevated over the 5, though, so that's going to slow Billy down. Oh, he's trying to bank it away and play the cue ball underneath the 2-8. Pretty smart shot here. And caught a little full, plus the 1, caught the 7.
Here on table 1 today at the conclusion of this, and it will be another cracking contest between GB and the USA. Jason Shaw against Josh Roberts. You'll be interested in that one, Jeremy, like you're interested in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, as the 1 goes in.
Well, a bit of a fluke there, but he was playing all cue ball because he was in such a bad spot, Chris was, that he figured why not attack at the half a pocket on the 1, bring the cue ball back for an element of a safety, and you never know. You know, when you stay aggressive, sometimes even when you're off, good things happen. Now he is super thin on the 2 here, but I think he does have a pocket. I'm just not sure if he can play it. Where it stops, nobody knows. And use just a good speed and a good line. Yeah, he's coming inside of those 2, and I don't know if the 9's going to hurt him or not. But you know Chris very well. You've watched him so much. Still looks a little nervous to me. I don't know what your opinion there is, Phil, but...
Definitely, and the point is, he shouldn't be, because he's got all the shots. He just played 2 superb positional shots there. One with running side, the other to float around onto this 7 ball. He's got all of the ammunition. He just needs to be able to deliver and believe in himself.
Well, I think he has a lot of belief in himself. I really do on that part, but you know, sometimes you have to figure out ways to calm yourself down.
Now they're back to Melling.
He's missed the 1 on the side. Don't think he's going to get anything else down, and Billy Thorpe's going to have a pretty wired combination on a 1-4 to get started. Oh, watch out, 3 ball. This is a big mistake at the wrong moment. And now what do? A lot of times you want to slow roll this kick because the 5's there. You can get on top of the 1 and not give up a shot. Oh, he went to the side rail. That was surprising to me. I thought he would just go 1 rail at it. Yeah, and sometimes the players, especially if things aren't going their way as much as they want, they'll take on a kick shot and say, well, let me just see what happens with it. Instead of getting a little more detailed, not saying you want to get over detailed because hitting the ball is the most important, but kind of my point is when you get a little more detailed, you just get a little more accurate.
Thorpe responsible for committing 5 fouls. It's something you simply can't afford to do.
Yeah, and probably lucky it's only 5-3 if you look at that stat. Well, now it's about to be 6-3 most likely, but okay, he doesn't have to draw above the 8 if he doesn't want. A little choice here. He can just roll forward or just screw the cue ball up above a little bit. Wonder, you know, Chris has a lot of good friends out on tour, and I wonder if any of, you know, his counterparts and friends, guys he's played some World Cup team matches with, have ever talked to him about maybe have outworked us, and it's shown up the last, you know, several years, and until the Americans as a whole change.
Well, when hostilities resume at Bally's, or it might be the Horseshoe then in the end of November, both Europe and the USA will be wanting a bucket load of breaks like that.
Yeah, it's going to be one heck of an event, and you know, there's quite a few Americans here that are still in the mix, in my opinion, and I guess my opinion does matter quite a bit. But to be honest about it, I do believe there's some guys that have more of a chance than some people give them credit, and we'll see how the points play out. There's going to be drama on both sides. We can expect that come Wednesday or Thursday, certainly Friday and Saturday.
I think my opinion counts a little bit. That's the most understated sentence of the week, and we're only on day one. It counts for everything, Jeremy. You're the man.
Yeah, I just, I guess a little fumble with the words there, but you know what I'm getting at. And
Texan humility, that's what it was.
yeah, maybe. He knows that even like here, even there, prime example, he knows mistakes cannot be handled at this level anymore to really win the event. It's one thing to get a showing, but he's trying to win. And so that one or two mistakes can kick you out of the tournament quickly.
Well, the only good thing about his positional shot on the 8, at least he redeemed it with a tremendous pot. And the 9 is in as well. Chris Melling, the Yorkshireman.
Well, and that last mistake from Billy. Oh, the 8 hung. I thought it fell. I was going to say, is given a lot of shots in a 7-3 lead. I thought it was going to get extended here, but the 8 hung. Thought it fell, and Billy Thorpe back to the table. He's got to have it now, still, if he's going to make some noise here in this match. Looks like the 1 passes the 6. It could be tight. Gotten a little thinner than he wanted here. I don't know if he can play this with outside English, that being right English. If he's got to play it with left, he's got to be a little concerned of the squirt of the cue ball. If he catches rail first here, he could have a problem. Yeah, and he kind of let up on the follow through, didn't quite deflect the ball enough, and now got into the 3 thickly. I wonder if Chris goes for this bank, man. This is a hard bank for the top players to pass up on. Watch the cue barely go through the cue ball. So there's always an amount of deflection we're depending on. We're always talking about reducing deflection, but when you play side spin, you expect a little deflection, and there he didn't get any. Now is he going to go for this bank? These players feel like this is just a hanger to them. Just hard for him to pass on it.
In around a minute's time, Mr. Melling should be standing on the hill.
I was going to say I'd rather roll this ball in lightly, but now he's going away from it a little bit. Didn't make them both. I wouldn't want to come up the right side of the table here. This is awkward on your room table. That's different. I would probably pull this ball around the 9 to play the 6 in the upper right. Oh, he drew it out of there, and that's a smart play as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing we always talk about with Chris Melling. He's got plenty of cue power. Cue power to burn.
Yeah, he'll catch the rail he's cueing from.
Was 3-1. Fuller's just won rack 5.
This is the type of shot he may cue this with some bottom and bank the 2 away, trying to slide the cue ball over. And he could run it with top right off of our left side of the 2, trying to use the 9. A few gaps here, though. Wow, what a thin hit that was. Not going to get the entire result he wanted.
Get the break and find something. The fight back is possible.
No, this isn't going to be what he wanted, and he was trying to put the 2 a little bit more towards the 6, I believe. Not sure he has a pocket, or at least one of the lower corners for the 3. It does appear, actually, to me, the more I look at it. that possibly the 3 does pass between the 4 and 7. Yeah, that's a good camera view there. It does. Oh, he's bringing it all the way back down for the side. He's gotten pretty perfect, and he can cue the ball nicely. So gets this one down. This should send Billy Thorpe to the 1-loss side. Now Chris may have to get the extension here. I don't know if he can reach this. He's going lefty. I don't think I've ever seen Chris go lefty before.
Still some work to do. But I'll tell you what, Chris Melling has not got an easy draw if he does win this match. Next up would be David Al-Kaidi.
Well, these guys know past that first round, you really have to get fortunate if you know, even the second round to get someone you think you're a huge favorite. Even more so the third round, you expect somebody that is world class. And along with Chris and Billy both being world class.
Jeremy, you know Billy Thorpe well. You've also said he's a fighter, but this result will be tough to take. You can see him in the background there, looking really despondent.
Yeah, he's got to process it a little bit. You know, I wouldn't say Billy's going to process like a lot of guys. He'll probably get to the practice table a little more and just kind of clean things up. He's got to respond.
Chris Melling, 9, Billy Thorpe, 3, the final scoreline. And when you consider Thorpe led 2-1 and trailed only 4-3 at one point, that was a very good finish. 5 consecutive racks from Melling. The American is defeated. Melling reaches winner's qualification to take on David Al-Kaidi. And I think the stats will make much more pleasant reading for Melling than Thorpe. The one thing that sticks out there